Your credit score is deciding, right now, whether you get the car, the apartment, the house. It sets your insurance. It's killed job offers. It has, genuinely, ended relationships. Nothing says romance like a hard inquiry. And the best part? You've probably never even seen the number that's been pricing your whole life since you turned 18, a meeting you somehow weren't invited to. It doesn't even measure what you think it does. Gus, no debt, never missed a bill, 40 grand saved, no score at all. Leo, 26 credit cards, 823. Banks mail him birthday gifts.
This is absolutely unacceptable!
So today we climb the ladder, 300 to 850. Same life on every floor. Including the floor where the same truck cost 10 grand more. This is a credit score, 3 digits, 300 to 850. Assembled by 3 companies you never signed up with, from records you never sent them. There is no opt-out. You were enrolled at 18 without asking. And the only exit interview on record is a death certificate. The national average, about 715. 1 in 4 scored Americans clears 800. 1 in 6 is under 600. And 7 million adults have no file at all. The industry calls them credit invisible. Gus calls it being responsible. The system files him under rumor. So here's the plan. 1 ladder, 5 floors. On every floor, we price the same 3 things. This $24,000 used truck, a 2-bedroom apartment, and 1 completely normal month of being alive. And before you relax, you've checked your score twice this year and changed nothing. Everyone in this business knows that about you. Aware but frozen is their favorite customer. Floor 1, score 480, or in Gus's case, no score at all, which the machine reads exactly the same way, minus the sympathy. Start with the apartment. The landlord never even looks at Gus. He looks 2 feet above Gus. The application comes back approved with conditions. Double deposit, first month, last month, and a cosigner. Gus is 46. His cosigner options are his mother and God. How does a grown man have no file? Simple. 1998, young Gus applies for his first card and gets denied. No history. You need credit to get credit, the machine's favorite little riddle. He took it personally and quit the game forever. The game did not notice. It doesn't do noticing. Now the truck. At Smile & Sal's Auto Ranch, everybody's approved. That's the whole business model. The asterisk does push-ups out back. Experian tracks what people actually pay down here. Bottom-tier borrowers, used cars, around 22%. That's the APR, the all-in cost of the loan. Put that $24,000 truck on 22% for 60 months, and the interest alone comes to about $15,700. The extra money doesn't buy more truck, it buys permission. Floor 1 receipt so far. Truck permission fee, $15,700. Apartment entry fee, another $1,400 in stacked deposits. Hold on to it, we are not done with this receipt. Next, Gus tries to build a score, and the market has a product waiting for him. The Credit One Platinum. A $300 limit, a $75 annual fee, $99 after that, billed monthly, like a gym you can't quit. And they pull the fee straight out of the limit, so the card shows up pre-spent. $225 of spending power, at nearly 30%. They didn't design this card even though you can't afford it, they designed it because you can't. $75 a year to borrow $225. That takes flipping nerve. And when a month goes sideways down here, there's always the storefront with the yellow sign. $15 per 100 borrowed every 2 weeks. The federal watchdog ran the annual math on that. 391%. Loan is a generous word at that point. Price a normal month while we're down here. The utility company wants a deposit. The phone carrier wants a deposit. The bank wants a fee just to hold your money. And the check casher takes a slice of every paycheck for turning your money into money. Being broke down here doesn't just cost extra. The extra comes itemized. And where there's pain, there's a seminar. Trey Delete, all white suit, diamond watch with no hands. He says time is a construct. Late payments apparently are not. $4.99 and he'll dispute everything on your report. The late payments, the collections, your birthday. A quick note from the boring universe. The bureaus already delete real errors for free. Trey charges for the confidence. And somewhere, a television is yelling. That's Debt Ramsey, America's loudest opponent of borrowing money. He'll keep coming up. He always keeps coming up. Before we take the elevator, meet everyone who eats down here. Smilin' Sal, who sells you the truck twice, you just don't know it yet. Trey Delete, who charges $4.99 to forward your mail to the bureaus. The Credit One mailer, the only birthday card that bills you back. The Quick Bucks guy, whose entire business model is that you'll be back. Repeat customers aren't a bug down here, they're the product. And the rent-to-own showroom, where a $900 couch costs 3 couches, in easy weekly installments. The basement all-stars, they're not hiding, they're on the signage. That's the basement. Everything costs extra, and the fee for being broke is the one bill that always arrives on time. Floor 2, 580 to 660, the climb. This is where you finally get to see the machine's actual control panel. 5 dials, and only 5. Dial 1, 35% of the entire score. Did you pay on time? Not how much, not to whom, on time. A $1,200 mortgage payment and a $4 streaming charge count exactly the same. Auto pay the minimums and dial 1 runs itself. Dial 2, 30%. Utilization. How much of your available credit you're actually touching. The machine wants you borrowing, but barely. Under 10% reads as discipline, 90% reads as distress, and 0 reads as nothing at all. This is Gus's entire life in one dial. You don't get credit for staying out of debt. To this machine, an unborrowed dollar is a rumor. Leo's cheapest trick, free to copy, he pays the card down before the statement date, not after. Same money, same month, but the bureaus photograph your balance on statement day. So Leo's photo always shows 4%. It's the credit equivalent of knowing where the camera is. Dial 3, 15%, the average age of your accounts, which produces the single funniest sentence in personal finance. Leo owns a card from 2009 with the sticker residue still on it. He buys 1 tank of gas a year with it. He will never close it. That card is load-bearing. Dials 4 and 5, 10% each. New credit and mix. Translation, don't open 6 accounts in a year and the machine likes watching you juggle more than one shape of debt. That's the whole panel. 5 dials and 3 of them are just pay on time and leave old things alone. Now notice the contradiction. Leo owns 26 credit cards and carries less debt than anyone you know. Gus has feared plastic his entire life and just agreed to pay more interest on 1 truck than Leo has paid in his life. The machine doesn't reward avoiding the tool. It rewards holding the tool without cutting yourself. One more quirk. Pay off a loan completely. Close it out, do the responsible thing, and your score can actually dip. The account that proved you could handle debt just left the file and the machine misses it. You are dealing with the neediest genius you will ever meet. Financial advisor on the phone. Building credit is a long and complicated journey. Leo, meanwhile, 4 auto pays, 1 calendar reminder, then lunch. The journey is about 40 minutes, and most of that is hold music. So Gus starts where the machine lets a ghost start, a secured card. $200 of his own coffee can money loaned back to him like it's a favor. 8 months of gas, groceries, and paid in fulls. The bank graduates the card, mails the deposit back, and somewhere in a server farm, Gus stops being a rumor. 641. Reprice that truck at 641. The rate drops to around 10%. The interest drops to about $6,700. That is $9,000 back, and the only thing that changed is the number floating over his head. And that's the machine. 5 dials, no soul. Which brings us to the question Gus has been yelling since floor 1. Why does none of this measure whether you're actually good with money? Because it was never trying to. A credit score is not a report card on your character. It's a forecast of your behavior as a borrower. Built by lenders 4 lenders to answer exactly one question. If we hand this person money, does it come back? With interest, without drama. You don't get points for virtue, you get points for being profitable and predictable. 20 years of paying cash didn't make Gus a saint to this system, it made him a stranger. And if you run your life on debit and cash, you're the stranger too. Floor 3, 660 to 740. The most crowded floor on the ladder and the most quietly expensive. Because up here, everything is yes, and none of it is the good yes. Leo calls it the approved but not preferred tax. The 680 borrower gets the loan, the card, the apartment, and pays maybe 0.5% more than the 760 borrower, on everything, forever. 0.5% sounds like a rounding error. Over a 30-year mortgage, the rounding error owns a jet ski. The apartment reprices up here too. At 680, the screening comes back green, the double deposit quietly becomes single, and nobody calls your references. The number is the reference. Then you cross 740, and the physics flip. You stop applying, they start asking. Pre-approved offers arrive with your first name on them, real ones, the metal card, the platinum whatever. You didn't fill out a form, a model somewhere decided you were worth acquiring. And let's be precise about that warm feeling. It isn't courtship. It's a rancher counting the herd. Now the big one, FICO's own calculator, current rates. A $300,000 mortgage. A borrower in the low 620s pays about $156 more per month than a borrower over 760. Same house, same job. 30 years of that is roughly $56,000, a college fund handed over in monthly nibbles for the crime of a thinner file. And below 620, the calculator politely declines to guess. And then there's the part that isn't even a loan. In 47 states, your car insurance is priced partly on your credit, not on how you drive, on your credit. The pole you actually hit moves your premium less than the department store card you forgot about in 2019. California, Hawaii, and Massachusetts ban the practice. The other 47? Classic. Top floor, 800 and up. 1 in 4 scored Americans, which tells you the door is big but the bouncer is patient. And here we find Leo's final form, Miles Redeemer, Airport Lounge. 31 cards fanned out like a poker hand. A laptop spreadsheet named The System, version 7. Miles hasn't paid for a flight since 2019. The marketing budgets of several banks are his retirement plan. The lounge chicken is dry. Miles does not care. Which leaves the man who's been yelling from the television since floor 1. Debt Ramsey's sermon is simple. Cut the cards. Debt is a snake. The score is a, quote, debt score for debt people. And the first half of that sermon is right. Debt has eaten more households than any villain this channel will ever cover. If a card in your wallet turns you into someone you don't recognize, cut the cards. But the exit he's selling doesn't exist. You can quit borrowing, you cannot quit being priced. The deposits, the premiums, the mortgage you'll want someday, the meter runs whether you play or not. Gus didn't opt out for 20 years. He just paid the stranger tax in cash. Receipt time. Same life, both ends of the ladder. The truck, $15,700 in interest at the bottom, about $5,100 at the top. $10,500 apart, and it is the same truck. The apartment, double deposit and a cosigner at the bottom, a handshake at the top. The insurance, priced on your file either way in most of the country. The mortgage someday, $56,000 between floors. Stack 20 adult years of this, and the gap between the columns isn't a truck anymore. It's a down payment. It's a college fund. It's a lot. And the infuriating part? How boring the cheat codes are. Auto pay everything, minimums at least. That's dial 1, handled. Keep the photograph balance under 10%. Pay before statement day like Leo. Never close the oldest card. It's load bearing. And don't open 6 accounts in a year. Desperation reads right through the paperwork. That's it. No seminar, no white suit. Trade Elite hates this paragraph. Gus did the boring things for 18 months. Secured card, 4 auto pays, 1 small loan he didn't even need. He called it renting a reputation, which is the most accurate sentence in this entire video. 7:38. The landlord finally looked him in the eye. Well, 2 feet above the eye. Back to the coffee shop. Same line, same numbers floating over the same heads, except Gus is in it now. $7.38 over his cap. He still pays cash for coffee. He didn't change religions, he just stopped expecting the machine to canonize him for it. He financed the truck in single digits and paid it off early, because of course he did. The coffee can is just for coffee now. Leo's here too. $8.23. He tipped with a card, obviously. And your number is over your head right now. You can't see it. Every lender, landlord, and insurer in the country can. Your file was probably pulled while you watched this. Not by a person. People don't do this anymore. By a model, somewhere, pricing you for something you haven't even asked for yet. You know the 5 dials now, and the 4 boring moves that turn them. The system already placed its bet on you. Aware but frozen, remember. Make it lose. Next, climb on this channel, the net worth ladder, where the numbers get properly stupid. Subscribe if you want to be there when Gus shows up. He has a truck now.